our power play, the thing that carries us all the time, it just gets shut down in the playoffs, and that's always our biggest problem. But yeah, I remember that last year. It was like we would give up penalties, and it was almost as if it was okay because we knew you guys weren't going to
Oh
score. I
yeah.
think you scored like the times you did score, it was like okay, that like you were going to win that game because
Yeah.
even if you won just by one goal, if you got like a power play goal, like it was just something that we weren't banking on you doing because it was just atrociously. It was just I'd watch it. I'm like, guys, I don't understand how it's this bad. Like I
Yeah.
really don't get it. Apparently, I mean, I was watching some clips of St. Louis. They were showing his first point was on the power play. He had an assist, and it looked like it was working pretty well. I mean, I don't know if, I mean, I haven't been watching your guys' games. I turned on the Detroit game for like a minute, and then you guys scored your third goal, and I turned it right off.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's interesting for you guys. I mean, it definitely brings some definitely added points. It's gonna help. I think this year you're definitely gonna see a difference.
Yeah.
I just don't know if next year a 40-year-old
For the short term,
Louis
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
is gonna be an Art Ross Trophy candidate again. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's just proving us all wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the way he played, it's very hard. He takes great care of himself too. You don't really think he's 38 years old looking at him.
No.
And if he keeps that pace, listen, he can play till he's 40. I mean, hockey players can last till they're 40, 42, 43 years old.
Yeah.
You see with Yager, how old is Yager? He's like 43.
He wants
now,
another
42.
He had
contract.
an
Yeah, you
interesting
saw that?
quote too. He
Yeah.
was like, "What else am I gonna do? Get fat?
Either
Which
play
is a
hockey or
great
get
quote.
fat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a great quote. Well, and he does work hard. I know there were pictures of him when he was with Boston, and even after his playoff games, he was out there taking like 500 shots after a game. Just him in his hockey pants and his skates and his stick, just taking shots. And it's like, this guy's like 40, what? And it's like, I mean, props to him. He just scored his how much 700th goal.
I think that's
Well,
seven.
yeah.
I think it may be 700.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
I know. He's a crazy player.
But yeah, I mean, if any sport out there, which is kind of
Yeah,
weird, hockey
yeah.
is definitely the one.
Exactly.
I mean, Chris Kelios, he played till he was 47,
Yeah.
48.
Chris Stelios, for a while. Yeah, he was almost 50. He was like still signed by the Red Wings
Oh my
when he was
God.
like almost 50, but he like wrapped it up. They dropped him down to the AHL, and he just wasn't. He was like, I'm not motivated anymore. But
Yeah.
it's like some people just can't give it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, St. Louis. I'm trying to think any other big deals. We had a couple deals that we got Halak, which is really funny because Halak kind of is responsible for our entire organization changing itself. For 2 years straight, the Capitals were the number one team in the East, and the second year, we were the 1 seed, and the Canadians were the 8 seed, and Halak stoned us. Like we just couldn't score against him. We were up 3-1, and he just turned it on, and it's like a phrase now, we got halaked. And it's just funny how it's come full circle that we have him now. I don't know how he is. He did lead the league in shutouts, I think, last year. But St. Louis's defense is just so stacked. And our defense is nowhere near St. Louis's, so I don't know how much he's going to bring. We do have Holtby, who's actually save percentage-wise is actually really good, or just defense is really bad. And then we brought in Dustin Penner, who's it's going to be interesting. I don't know. I mean, he's a good player, and I'm really happy we have him, but it's just we needed defense, and we didn't get a defenseman. And then finally, our top prospect, considered top prospect, and hasn't played in the NHL yet. Evgeny Kuznetsov just signed, and he's going to play tonight against the Penguins. So that's going to be interesting to see how he is. But that's pretty much all Capitals news.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually talking to my father the other day when Callahan got traded because he's a big Callahan fan, and I was telling him, I was like, how dangerous, as much as it hurts me to say this, how dangerous would it be if Callahan signed with Washington? Because he's going to be a free agent next year. I doubt he's going to sign an extension with Tampa Bay, even though Tampa Bay is doing very well. I don't think he's going to stay there.
Yeah.
And I mean, how many years have the Capitals been there? I don't think they've
Yeah.
missed the postseason since they got Ovi.
No, when we first got over, we were terrible, but we did rebuild, and I think it's like since I want to say since like 2009, we haven't missed the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, they've been there. They've just
5 straight years.
they've had like a letdown every year.
Yeah.
Rangers beat them a couple of years, like you said. The Montreal beat them.
It's just that Penguins beat us game seven.
Yeah.
It was similar to the game 7 this year. They were it was just like back and forth. It's like there was a game where like Ovi and Crosby like shared hat tricks. It's just like
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, it was just all offense. And we were just expecting one of those games, Game 7, and then they just decided to beat us like 6-2 or so. It was just like stupid. But yeah, we've had it's like that'd be interesting. We do have some cap space now because we got rid of Erat and we got rid of Neuver. So that's about 4 million in cap space that we got rid of. I'm just not sure if we're gonna have enough money to spend on Callahan for what he wants. Like 6 years, 6 million. I just don't think McPhee would just ever. I just never seen him sign a guy for that long besides Ovi or Backstrom. So. But yeah, it would hurt you guys. I know it would.
Yeah,
we just need
it would hurt a
defensemen.
lot.
Is
Yeah,
what we really
the Capitals
need.
are a defenseman away, from
From doing
doing
something.
great things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for hockey, there really hasn't been too much.
No.
Like we said earlier, Lundqvist, played lights out again on Saturday.
He did.
300th win. He's one away from Richter. Richter had 301
That's
wins.
crazy.
Nice.
So
That's
for the all-time
crazy.
record,
Very nice.
Richter's a household name for Rangers fans.
For American fans too. I mean.
Yeah, Richter was he still is. He's a very big icon.
Yeah, he was.
And
He was.
he got his 49th career shutout, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, he's doing really well.
And
I didn't realize like the Luongo is the number 2 all time. And shutouts.
Yeah.
He just got it. He
Yeah.
got like a 64th or something like that.
yeah,
And I was like, really? Like, yeah.
Yeah,
And
they-
he got traded. That was big.
Yeah,
Because he got traded to Florida.
Down to Florida.
And then they
Yeah.
traded Tim Thomas.
yeah. I did not know. Tim
I don't
Thomas
understand that at all. Like,
Because Thomas to Dallas, right?
Dallas,
yeah.
yeah.
The
He
Dallas,
didn't. You
yeah.
see, he didn't have time to get new pads. He played in his Florida pads.
So did
Dallas.
Neuver. He wore his
Brutal.
Capitals mask and his Capitals pads when he played for Buffalo, which was like the Capitals blog was like, this is just really awkward and weird,
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's interesting. There's not really many big trades, but Vanek got traded to Montreal, and I would say I'm trying to think anything else big kind of happened. Thank God the Penguins didn't really get anyone big.
Yeah.
Okay, people kept saying like, let's get Vanek or Kessler. If they got Kessler, I would have been
Yeah, that deal fell
so
through. That would've
mad.
been-
I'm so mad.
Yeah, the
thank
biggest
God
trade
they
was
didn't.
probably I Miller. I would
Yeah.
say out of everything.
And they're
Ryan
doing
Miller.
well. I mean,
Yeah.
I honestly think the Blues are going to win the Stanley Cup this year.
Yeah, it's
I
possible.
I just don't. The West is so strong, but just going through their lineup, I mean, their defense is so stacked, and now they have like arguably the top goalie in the league, who's playing well. He first started out, he wasn't playing like in his first game, he was like, I think they were like losing to Phoenix like 2-0, and then they came back and won 4-2 or something. But I mean, you got teams. Chicago is always there. Anaheim's really good this year. The LA Kings got Gabrick.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah, they
That's
do.
a pretty big
Yeah.
news. So the West is really, really strong this year. The Blues, like I said, and in the East, we have Boston, we have Pittsburgh, and then the rest are just kind of like. I mean, someone might rise up. I mean, it's one of those situations where it's like because we're all so close in the East, someone could just break out and in the playoffs and have a hot streak.
I mean, that's
But-
hockey for you.
It is. It's the best part. It's
It's
the
always
best
that
part.
one seed that comes out of nowhere.
Exactly. So, I mean, I don't think there's anything else to talk about hockey. I mean, there's a lot that happened, but
Yeah,
it's a lot of we'll sees at the
lot of
end.
we'll
When
sees,
there's when the playoffs start or like when the playoff picture becomes set. Sure, we'll see. What trades worked, which trades didn't, and I'm sure we'll complain because both of our fan bases tend to do that a lot. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll take a break right now, and we'll come back with some basketball, maybe some NCAA talk.
yeah,
Check out our
definitely.
Gales.
It's mandatory.
Come on, Gales.
So how about some Pearl Jam for you guys?
Oh, nice.